What up? Welcome back. Today, I think we're gonna revisit some old stuff that we haven't talked about in a long time, and that is the Silverado. Okay, so put DJM lowering kit 4.6. Ended up putting 2-inch lowering shackles in the rear to kind of make it level. May or may not be level, I don't know. It might sit a little bit lower in the back. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks pretty level. So as you may or may not know, I have a DJM lowering kit on my 05 Silverado, and basically I've had it for about 8 months now, and this is the second time that I kind of felt like some sort of vibration, so I jacked it up. And it turns out that I found that the control arm bolts are loose. So initially when they tell you to torque these things down, and this may be a really wrong time to film. I don't see anybody, but all I hear is lawnmowers. We're in Florida. So I've tightened these bolts a few times, and I'm at a point now where I kind of saw in the instructions that it said to replace those bolts with whatever bolts were provided in the kit. Well, lo and behold, your boy didn't get no bolts. So I put the factory bolts back on it, but I'm guessing that that was a problem now that I'm reading the instructions, and it says replace the factory bolts with the provided nylon locking nuts. So I need to get some nuts, probably get in contact with DJM or just go get some nuts. I don't really care. And I also noticed that there was kind of like a weird wheel shake sometimes when I would brake. And as you may or may not know, I have replaced the actual tie rods and inners, but when I put this inner on, I remember it being like kind of loose in the ball joint, and that already should have been my first red flag to go get another one, but I didn't, and I put it in there. So now I think I'm paying the price, because I think that's exactly where I got some play going on between here. It's kind of hard to manipulate without the wheel on there to give you some leverage, but other than that, you can kind of see where I've been rubbing. Couple spots here, couple spots here. Some of the fender well, not too shabby. The actual fender here is actually pretty unscathed. I'm pretty surprised, actually. On the other side, let's go look at that. Let's see. Yep, about the same thing. Top of the fender liner, a little bit of a line here, and like there was something here, and I actually hammered this already. I kind of did some more hammering this morning just to, why not? Doesn't hurt, get it out of the way. So I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point, other than probably try to get to that other tie rod over there and get a replacement on it. I haven't taken this thing to get aligned yet, but it rides pretty good. Overall, I don't really have any complaints. This thing's pretty solid. Ever since I figured out that I had my shocks flipped upside down the wrong way and put those the right way, that's helped the rear stability, and you know, doesn't bounce as much anymore. So that was a huge plus. Other than that, the rear never rubs or anything like that. I don't really have any issues getting around town in it, but it is pretty slammed. I don't know. A lot easier driving than my 240 over there, I guess. So yeah, let's rip this tie rod out. Also, just to reiterate, if you're new here, I actually did brakes, rotors, and pads recently, and when I did the lowering kit, I had bought brand new coil springs and bought the shocks from DJM as well. So pretty much everything in the front is new. The ball joints came with it too, so literally every wear point, even the sway bar links. So yeah, it's been pretty good to me. Yeah, I think I was definitely right. It's literally coming from there. So, managed to get it off with the good old crescent wrench. It's definitely super, like, loose. Not really making the play noise here, but I'm gonna replace it either way. Off to the store we go. All right, so got a new one and an oil filter because I'm gonna do an oil change as well. But got the new one already in here. Kind of forgot to turn the camera on. I was just kind of excited that I got one that fit, and it was nice and tight at the ball joint. I did have to turn in the one that I had, which I was going to use to measure my length here, so I'm kind of just guessing now, and that's what I'm literally doing now, is just screwing the actual tie rod into the tie rod end. So yeah, guess we'll give it the old eyeball alignment, maybe a little drive alignment, and see what's up. Yeah. Okay, new inner tie rod put on, wheels put back on. Kind of just doing a rough eyeball alignment based on where it is right now. First, I'm gonna do. First, we gonna make sure the wheel's straight. Yep. Pretty damn straight. Okay, this one looks like it's slightly towed out, like just barely. And that's the goal here. I'm trying to get this one to be the same. And this one looks like it's quite a bit towed out. So it looks like we got to come in a little bit more. It's probably hard to see on camera, but I can tell. You can kind of tell just by how much tire is exposed right there. All right, so let me get to cranking. I think I got it pretty good. I'm gonna top it off with oil and put it back on the ground and take it for a test drive and see what's up. Woo, it's hot in here. Take it for a rip around the block after I shut the hood. All right, I would say that was pretty successful. Steering wheel at first was kind of to the right, but I think it was just because the tie rod hadn't like adjusted itself and all that yet. I went over a couple speed bumps and seems to be pretty straight now. I mean, I don't know, time will tell. I still need to get it really aligned anyway, so need to get some nylon locking nuts for those control arms and go from there too, because I don't want to align it until I do that, because it's just going to loosen up and then be a problem. So yeah, I think that pretty much concludes the truck video.